Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. This is Mercedes, also known as That Mom and That Mom Wellness Coach here on the internet, and today we're back with part 2 of the garden catch-up videos, and we are into 2024 now, picking up where the last one left off, taking a look at the garden and all of its glory. At this point in time, the garden was doing very, very well, actually. I have the glare on my face from the computer, so I'm sorry. But yeah, the garden was doing very well at this time, and this was right before we went to the worm farm. And also I have some pictures in here of when we did go to the worm farm and everything, and I will leave a little card in there when the new beds were built and everything, because I'm not putting stuff for the new beds really in this video. The last clip of the video has the new beds in it, and I'm kind of explaining like what the plan is and everything with them, so that is great. But true that mom fashion, I have no lead in, no lead out, so this is our lead in video, our lead in part of our video. Sorry, my hair is a mess. The weather is crazy. I'm loving it. My hair is not. It is okay though. So yeah, so this is the beginning of 2024, and 2024 got rough, guys. It got interesting and rough at the same time. So on with the clips here. We've only got about three, maybe 4 main clips, and then there are some pictures and everything. Like I said, I will like do my little doodly doos up here, and where the new videos need to be like let in and everything, because like I said, the new garden beds are in this video. So this is the last of the old garden beds and the beginning of the new garden beds. So without further ado, let's get into it. Friends, long time no update, but look, my spinach is growing. It's like my 3rd or 4th attempt at my spinach. That is a weed. I think I'm just gonna pull that out in a little bit, but my gosh, guys, look at, I got little spinach. These are space spinach. I'm so excited. I'm excited. And then look at my little radish popping through. Oh my gosh, hello little radish. I'm so let me get close, Oh, look at that. I'm so excited. It's so pretty. Oh my gosh. And then over here, okay, my compost. This is one compost. I have stopped feeding this for the most part. I've just been giving it some brown matter, cardboard, some eggshells. I get to smash the eggshells as I go. This side is, I need to like get a sift for this side. Yes, I know I have a lot of flies, it's fine. I need to get a sift for this side so I can start sifting out some of that yummy compost. Yay, I'm so happy, just turned it. And then look, this is my other little radish guy. He is not quite popping through yet, but he's pretty, and I can't wait to see him pop through. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. And then my 2 green onions, love that, look at that, ah, so beautiful. Ah, so beautiful. I can't even comprehend how beautiful right now. Today is what? Today is January 28th. And guys, oh my gosh, I have stuff growing. I'm so excited. As you see, I had to get rid of the soil. I've been taking the soil and putting it into my dog pile poop of doom over here, because cats decided to just use that black bag and 1, 2, 3 things of soil. So these were the only 2 viable ones that were not super duper gross and everything. Taking care of this big pile back down here. And then I have 1 compost, which I just threw some stuff into it, and I haven't turned it yet, but I will. And then I have another compost here that has tons of lettuce in it, because we got a ton of lettuce right before I went to bed, and we could not eat it fast enough. You can only eat so many salads a day, guys, right? I'm so excited, and I just can't hide it. I have some viable gardening stuff. This is gonna come off the wall as soon as I figure out how to untie it and or just cut it, because I'm going to get a different base. I'm gonna get a different base so that I don't have to put it on the wall. You can see my neighbors have stuff on the wall, so it's not bad to have stuff on the wall around here, but it's totally fine. I'm just excited. I'm excited something is growing. I'm excited. I'm excited for that radish. I'm so happy, guys. My daughter helped me start to pull some spinach. I'm gonna pull some of these bigger leaves off and we'll probably throw them in some meal prep. I don't know what this is. They're nice and soft and fuzzy leaves, so I'm just gonna let it go and see what happens. I'm excited though. This one is weed. I'm gonna pull that one. So let me see if I can put this down. Let me see. Take this one on. You can pull them. This is called space spinach. Ah, that one didn't come off all the way. I feel like I need some little shears. Some little gardening shears. Oh no! Oh, that one just totally came out all the way. Little one. And then you make some breakfast prep, so throwing these couple. And I'll leave these little teeny tiny ones right here. Leave these little teeny tiny ones right here. And yeah, and I'm gonna pull that one over there. That is not spinach. And toss this into the compost. Ta-da! I don't know what this one is either. So, oh yeah? A teeny tiny handful, and we still have some growing. Excited. And over here, this radish is still going. Oh, can't wait to see how big that one gets. And I think I'll take some green onions too for the breakfast prep. Throw this one. It's nice and big one. Just cut. Ta-da! Make a small frittata maybe. I think that's what I'll do. Make a small frittata. Here's my little radish. The leaves are starting to die, so I pulled it out. It's a little tiny radish. It's small. And then I grabbed some green onions, some shallot for dinner tonight because we are having brats. There are brats in here. There are cheesy brats in there, so. Woohoo! Looks good. I'm so happy. So happy. I'm gonna taste that. It's a little tricky, pushy thingy, so it's okay. I meant to do a lot more so far, but we do have a little bit going, and we've got some fun stuff coming up. So first off, let me flip you guys around. I'll show you what we have right now because it's been a while. So flip you around. Ooh, that was seamless. Okay, so here we are in the garden. This big thing we thought was pumpkin, but psych, it is not pumpkin. It is, oh, look at that. It's a zucchini. Yeah, it's a zucchini or a summer squash or something. But anyway, it's nice and it's growing, and we have that one. And we have a couple more. Like there's a little one that wants to start, really does. And there's another little one that wants to start. We have been hand pollinating a lot of stuff in here because it's been kind of hard, some ones, to ensure that we've had pollinators come to the yard. Right now I've been doing a battle of the aphids. Oh look, there's another little one down there, but like right here, let's just pluck that off right there. Okay, there we go. There we go. Plucking everything, if I can get it zoomed, with everything with aphids, and I've been throwing it in this sludge water here, and I've been drowning out whatever aphids I've been able to find. So I've been trying to make sure that they're all gone. So I get under here and I look around. This one, so it's got a little something on it, so we're just gonna snap and snap. I usually bring out a pair of scissors. Oh, guy down there. Ooh, we're so excited. And then you can see these little shoots coming from the garden because, oh, look at right here. This patch is nice, right? Down in here. Oh, look, another one right there wants to grow. We planted a whole bunch of carrot seeds when the almanac said to plant the carrot seeds, and now something is popping up. Sorry, they are playing. The dog and the baby are playing together. So, there. Got that lovely one right there. As you can see, I only have like a third of this bed filled. Oh, and then I have a potato in here. But it's a little bit of an experiment because I don't really have soil for the potatoes. So, experiment, potato time. Seeing if I can grow a potato with cardboard. Oh, there's another little one right there. Doop, doop. This guy over here I actually noticed growing first, and he seems to be doing the least well right now. Him and the other guy that's over there. I noticed this one first, and I noticed that one, but second or third over there. But as you can see, I've got like a third of the bed filled. Don't even get me started on this one. This is like storage right now, and I have to pull up weeds and stuff. So I have about a third of this filled. This has wood chips from Arizona Worm Farm because we bought about 6 containers, 6 like the bucket containers. I'll show you guys on the porch. Home Depot buckets, the big orange buckets, containers full of wood chips in the springtime to try to get this ready to go for growing and everything, because the summer was hard. Everything died in the summer. It's fine. Things die in the summer. I never got, as you can see, my shade cloth up. So, no shade cloth. No really viability in the summer. So now with the fall garden, we're super happy, super excited. Things are growing. I can't wait to try said zucchini or whatever type of squash it is. It looks really great. I'm really excited. It's about the size of my daughter's hand, and it's just so nice. She's excited about the garden too, aren't you, honey?
Yeah.
You're excited about the garden?
Yeah.
What are you most excited about? What are you most excited about?
Hi guys, I'm excited about this zucchini.
The zucchini that's over there?
I'm excited about the zucchini and the flowers and butterflies are growing in Mama's garden.
Oh yeah, we have seen some butterflies, so thank you. we have seen some butterflies growing, or not growing in the garden, but around the garden, so that's good. My oldest thinks that the hummingbirds were pollinating the zucchini earlier because we've seen some hummingbirds come over here and getting into the nectar from the flowers and everything. So yeah. Oh yeah, back to the soil. On top of the wood chips, I also got, we have one bag of Kellogg raised garden mixture in here, and then we also have what I did have in the crates. I just threw them, no, about the crates. The crates, I threw 1 or 2 whole things of crate into the garden right over the wood chips, so I had that little bit of a layer, kind of to stop some extra moisture in there, also to give it a little bit more fill. The rest of what I had in the crates went into the compost again because, you guys, you see there's something missing. One of the compost barrels is totally gone. You saw it in the video that when I was making these beds, one of those was deteriorated next to it. So I took the compost out of one barrel and I threw the raw compost in here on top of that layer of kind of spent garden soil. And then on top of that, we did buy a bag of raised bed mixture from the Arizona Worm Farm that has the vermiculite and the all that kind of stuff, plus worm castings in it. So we have worm castings in the garden, and I've been keeping the soil nice and moist and everything, and I've been watering the soil nightly and everything. Right now I have to water right now because it is getting kind of warm right now, but it's been getting down into the 50s at night, so I want my soil to supercharge to protect itself from the night, and so far we've done pretty well. So far there's not been no freeze in the garden, so super excited about that. This compost, see there's a little bit of dirt on it, but it's fine because this one probably will be going to just maintenancing soon. I will probably end up taking, oh, look at that. See, that looks a little bit better. Oh, and the smell from there is just nice. I don't know about anybody else, but I like the smell of compost. So I like my tumbler. This one will probably go after that one right there. So this one over here actually looks really, really good. And this one I stopped feeding except for, okay, so I stopped feeding this one. At the time, I did have the broken bucket still here, so I took what was left from the broken bucket and put it in there, and I took one of the crates worth of unused soil and threw it into there. And this is actually looking really nice. I put this piece of cardboard on top instead of shredding it in to kind of act as a moisture layer so that I have a little bit of extra moisture. I will wet that down before closing it up. But just look at how, let's see if I can do this with one hand, because I always try to do things with one hand and it never works. So you could see how nice that looks so far. That looks pretty. I'll give it another couple months. I'll probably, honestly, let this one go through the winter time with turning and feeding browns too. If I get any more soil that I can use to throw into there, I will also throw some in. Especially if I go back to the worm farm and I get some more raised bud mix, or if I get some worm castings, I'll throw it straight into there and I'll just kind of give it a little bit of an oomph. While that one would be the next one to go. Once the zucchini all dies back down, or it gets to a part where maybe I can even cut some of this off, we'll be going to the worm farm again, and we'll be getting some more soil and everything. And then hopefully by that point I can take that compost. I have that little broken bucket right there that I'm going to use as a strainer, or I can even use the crates even to be very, you know, transparent, I can use that crate as a strainer to get the compost in there, or I can just use it in the raw form like I did on this side. Lasagna layer it in. And I meant to show you guys in video the whole lasagna layering process. So this is a good kind of start to show you guys where we're at, since that is kind of lasagna layered, but it's now like settled a bit. So I will definitely need to add more soil into that side. But then this side, since it's still getting started, and I've taken a lot of the wood chips out of here, and I have put the wood chips into the compost. And so yeah, the wood chips are good for the compost and everything. And over here in the garden, on the side, let me get over here, there is a good amount of like mulch. Look, right there, that guy right there, he came out from underneath. It's a nice bit of like the mulch molding and stuff that's supposed to happen with the mulch, because the haha right there, see, so in everything that I've seen about wood chips breaking down, this is what you want when the wood chips break down. So super excited. Ooh, oh no, my little baby. I'm pretty sure that that's an onion seed that we planted. That one is kind of frostbitten a bit. Maybe that's a little bit frostbitten. I don't think it's powdery mildew. I'll go ahead and go grab my scissors and chop that off though. So, but anyway, when it comes to the breakdown, this is the type of breakdown we want to see, because that's what I've seen and that's what I've read, and that's what every garden channel has told me when using wood chips in the garden as like a mulching layer. So since that's what we're doing, that's what we want. Over here there is some radishes and some kale that we planted. It is a blue dazzling kale, I want to say, and then the radishes, I can't remember exactly what the radishes are, but every time I cut back over here, I'll give some more space over in for the radishes. And I was trying to make sure that this guy doesn't like get on top of all that and crushes them. I don't see any of my spinach coming up, because I did put spinach in here too. We've been chaos gardening, guys, if you can't tell, because my kids, I let them help me put stuff, and the 4-year-old definitely does not put things where I tell her to put them. So this is a chaos garden at this point in time, and that just works. That works just fine. So there's my potato, and then also when I go through my compost, I'm going to throw some in there. You can see there is some small amounts of compost in there. I'll throw it in there. So over here we can kind of see a little bit of this lasagna layer going on. You can see right here we got, but it kind of falls too, so you can kind of see this guy is a piece of the soil, but then like there's also pieces that could have been compost and everything. So this one right here, this one's definitely this one's compost. See, so that's a piece of that raw compost, but since it falls out, I just gotta kind of keep it pushed in. And when it's wet, it's a little bit easier to kind of finagle and everything. So, but yeah, guys, this is what the garden looks like in November. My one little solar light that I have out here. I need to make this bigger that way. I need to move over slightly more towards the fairy garden over there. And then this one over here, I want to send over this way a little bit more so I can actually have some room. Maybe offset this bed over a little bit more. I don't know. We'll make it work. The tree is still alive. It still produces, but then, you know, just naturally the twigs fall. So, just throwing them in here because that's a good start. So yeah, so that's about all. That's what I wanted to show you guys. So it's been a while. I know it's been a while. And I just wanted to kind of catch you guys up to speed. And of course, the shade cloth is like priority number one before it becomes too hot again. Right now you can see I'm wearing a little bit of a light long sleeve. Like I said, it's not super hot, it's not super cold right now. It's November, and this is where we stand, and yeah, we're gonna do some work before it becomes hot again. So next update, hopefully we'll have some veggies to show you guys, some maybe kitchen veggies to show you guys with the zooks. Okay guys, so what'd you think? This is basically currently where we're at with the garden. A little bit has changed. I do have some 2025 clips, so I will do the next garden video will be the 2025 like Q1 garden video. So yeah, really excited about that. We're gonna get the Q1 video done before Q2, so that's amazing. If you guys didn't know, Q2 starts April 1st, and yeah, I've got some nice Q1 videos to share with you guys of the garden, because the garden is taking off after that pumpkin and after the worm castings that we got in the garden. It just decided to just go nuts, go take off, and I can't find any clips of the pumpkin when we cut up the pumpkin and everything, but I did cut the pumpkin and I did eat the pumpkin. I roasted it with some olive oil, salt, and pepper, and it was really, really good. And I had it with my lunch prep. That was my computer going blank screen. But anyway, I did eat the pumpkin with my lunch prep. Nobody else ate it with me, but I ate it by myself, and it was really, really good. And I'm really, really excited because right now we have a lot of really good stuff in the garden. Actually, if my kids can leave stuff in the garden to let it grow, not saying this in a bad way, but guys, if you want kids to eat their veggies, grow some veggies, because my daughter will go out, my youngest, my 5-year-old, will go out to the garden right now. We have carrots in the garden right now. She will go out to the garden and she will pick a carrot and she will eat the carrot out there in the garden, and she will leave me the little stems, the little toppers of the carrot just kind of in the garden bed, which is totally cool because it'll just compost right back down. Bring her off to the side and tell her that if you pick something from the garden, you have to wash it off first. We want to wash off the dirt because, you know, God made dirt, dirt don't hurt, but I don't want you eating mass amounts of dirt from the garden and everything. So now when she picks out a carrot and everything, she'll either bring it to me to wash it off, or she'll rinse it off in the hose outside, and she'll still be a little secretive about it, but she'll get it rinsed off one way or another. And I can't be super mad about it because at least she's eating veggies. At least she's eating, you know, that over candy and everything, because that's my weakness, is like sour candy. And right now with Easter, all the sour candy is afoot. Yeah, but we have other things growing in the garden right now, which I will of course do I'm really hoping to put the next update very, very soon so that you can see. But I will tell you guys that we have Swiss chard in the garden, and we have kale, space kale, and we had more of the space spinach, and the blue dazzling kale, and it's very, very dazzling. And then we have the carrots still in the garden, and it is, what day is it today? Today is March 16th, so March 16th, 2025. We'd like it to stay cold a little bit longer, especially with how 2024 ended. If you guys have been following along, my daughter got hurt, and we've been kind of figuring this whole thing out, and the garden has been my constant source of everything. You guys saw that the couple clips I put in there, I got really sick around September or so. Yeah, around September or so, because I believe it was around my husband's birthday. I just started having these really debilitating, that's the word, that's how I can use that word, okay, yeah, debilitating Migraines, really horrible migraines, and I have this Aura Ease thing, and I'm pretty sure I put a picture. It's not the most flattering picture, but I have this Aura Ease, and it goes and it like massages the temples and everything. So I was using that, and I was in the garden grounding every single day that I was like, because I was unable to work a lot of the times. So like even if I went to work, I came home early because it was just bad. Like I was walking around work like this some days because I just couldn't do the lights, and I couldn't do anything. And it was really, that was around the time that the no-name sickness was going around, and it felt like 2020 all over again because it was no-name sicknesses. And went to the doctor and everything else came out fine, and they're just like, well, just let it run its course because there's really nothing. And I don't think I ever had anything that was ever like said, but then my daughter got the thing with her leg and the whole thing happened, and I just kind of like sucked it up, mustered it up, and I was mom because I was needed in the moment. And well, I'm always needed, so but still I went from being sick and not being really able to take care of myself to needing to care solely for one child, to back into the household caring for both children. And yeah, my husband helps, and my husband's there, and he is the main caregiver when I am not home, and is very, very helpful. But this whole thing that happened with her at the end of 2024, even he admitted that he could go, but mom is really the one that she wants, and mom is the one that probably is much better suited to take care of all that stuff because of all the lingo and everything that had happened. And yeah, so in between the doctors and everything at the end of the year, even when we came home from the hospital, 26th of December, was out in the garden grounding. That week that she was in the hospital was the only time from September to January that I wasn't in the garden grounding, or I wasn't outside grounding at least once a day. Right now I have been out in the garden this week, and I have been kind of grounding, but it's been cold, so I've kept my socks on. So not as ground to skin as I wanted, but having the space in my garden is my safe space, my garden is my sacred space, my garden is my space, because even if I had a chair out there that anybody could sit in, they would still tell me, well, it's your garden and your space. So yeah, I'm able to get in there and actually be barefoot in my garden, and I'm able to sit on the ground in my garden. It's not the easiest to get up from the ground, but I do sit on the ground in there, and I do meditate within my garden. And yeah, the garden in 2024 became my meditation space and became ever so more of a sacred space. And now I don't think I have any clips of, because I think it's a newer thing. It's definitely a newer thing we did when we put the Yule garland back into circulation, back to the earth and everything, and threw the Yule garland in the 2 garden beds. And I took the yarn that we had held the garland together with, and I had done a little I did a little symbol on my garden fence that you can't always see unless you're right up on top of it. You cannot really see it, so that works in my favor very well. You guys now know it's there, so yeah, if you guys catch a little glimpse of it, that's cute. But yeah, the garden in 2024 became very, very good. We only have about 1/8 of garden space actually in use right now, because that is all I've been able to fill so far. And like I said in the video, we did the lasagna method to fill that one side of the garden bed. So we have the branches and the twigs and everything that I had in my last garden boxes. I stuck them all back down on the ground again in the new garden beds. We got more. Every time there's a storm and trees fall, like, everybody just has them out ready for collections and everything. And I really should have signed up with Chip Drop around this last big storm, because everybody had to cut trees and everybody had to like get rid of widowmakers and everything from their trees. So I definitely should have signed up for Chip Drop, but I did not sign up for Chip Drop. I want to sign up for Chip Drop, but the daunting task of having a flat bed's worth of wood chips delivered and needed to be moved within how many hours gets me, because I have been told that I can do Chip Drop, but I have to be home when it happens, and I have to be able to move the chips from wherever they put them, which on our street it would have to be probably on the side of our house or on the driveway, and we are kind of on a corner, so people get super close to our house when they make that turn. Having a big pile of wood chips on the street would not be good, and having them in the driveway also would not be good. Considering we also just got a new to us, it was 2008, I think, Town and Country, Honda Town and Country, Chrysler Town and Country. It's a van. It's a van, guys. It seats 5 people beautifully, and it's new to us, but it's, like I said, I think it's a 2008, which is very good, and actually I'm learning more and more of the eco features on the car, which is also very awesome, so very cool. But having those wood chips, the possibility of a big old splinter being left behind and not even realizing it, because I have big shovels and I have big shop brooms and stuff, but I still feel like, knowing my luck, a giant splinter would still get left and pop a tire, which I'm not keen on doing, because I haven't gotten any, we haven't gotten any like spare tires for this car yet. So, coffee. I think that's all I can say about 2024 garden, though. I kind of went off on a little tangent about other things, but I think, yeah, the 2024 garden really was, it ended up being beautiful, and it ended up being exactly what I needed in my time, and in a lot of the time that I needed to be out there, I was out there. And yeah, it's a really magical place, and I cannot wait to see what it brings this year. I'll give you guys more info on the Q1 2025 update, well, in that update, because I have a lot of stuff going on, guys, and I have projects that I am absolutely excited for, and we are being more self-sufficient, more self-sustainable with our garden and everything. And I think, like I said, I briefly mentioned this, but I think this is like one of my favorite parts, actually, is that I know I did mention that my kids just go out to the garden and just grab from the garden and just cook and just eat it. My oldest actually cannot really get out to the garden, so when me and her have gone out to the garden, she's taken her walker out there. Yes, she has a walker, guys. She prefers it over the crutches, FYI. But anyway, we'll go out there, and like, she picked a whole bunch of kale and a whole bunch of no, she picked the kale, and my little one picked the Swiss chard, and we had ramen, and I threw the kale and the Swiss chard in their ramen broth while it was cooking and everything, so it could cook a little bit, and it gave the dish some veggie power. and they were really, really excited because they were like, it tastes good. Even though my oldest is like, it tastes like dirt a little bit. It's that whole, you know, this is what organic homegrown tastes like, and this is, you know, not store-bought and then sprayed with all of those fun freshening agents at the store. Because when I was a kid, I thought that stuff that sprayed onto all the onto all the fruits and stuff and veggies and all that stuff. When I was a kid, I thought that was water, and I would like catch it and drink it. And now I'm like, like, who let me do that? It's not my grandparents, because they weren't watching. But we did have friends that worked at the store, and they told me don't drink that, it's not water. But as a kid, I thought it was water, so I drank it as a kid. Yep, but I think a lot of 90s kids did that, so anyway. Anyway, okay, wrap up, okay. You guys missed my tangents. Thank you guys for being here, for catching up in the garden with me. 2023, 2024, they got crazy. Life happened, life happens. It's wonderful, it's great, it happens, it keeps going. Life keeps going. 2025 garden is taking off, and we're gonna keep it alive. We're gonna keep it alive. Like I said, it's March 16th. We're gonna keep this 2025 garden alive. With the next project for the garden is definitely gonna help keep the garden alive. So thank you guys so much for joining me, and thank you for joining me for the first couple times on camera in a long time. It's been very hard to get on camera, but I thank you all, and I thank your grace for being here with me, and seeing me on camera for the first time in a long time, the first couple times in a long time. It's very weird to be on camera, but thank you guys. I know everybody watching out there really cares about what this channel is doing and how we are going, and it's all wellness. It's all wellness, guys. It's all personal wellness. Everything. It's all personal wellness. So thank you all from the bottom of my heart. I'll see you guys in the next video very soon. Very soon. I don't know what it's going to be. I have a couple ideas, but I don't know what it's going to be right at this moment in time. But I'll see you then. Remember to hydrate, to love yourself, to get enough sleep, to eat right, and just love on yourself. Self-love, guys. Self-love. Okay? Bye, guys.